Good morning. So it's Sunday. And so today we're going to be rolling and reaching and really kind of just diving into deep hips. So have your stones handy because we're going to be using them. And come lie on your back. Oh, yes, I forgot. So the seeds that Josef planted last week, I don't know if you can see them all. So these are peas. These are mange two or maybe sweet peas, and they're really going for it. And all the other ones are also going for it. These ones are very impressive, though. The other ones are seedlings for lettuce, and so they're little things. They're very nice. Whereas peas are always really big and vigorous. They grow very fast. You could probably watch peas grow. It's quite amazing. So I hope you've planted something in your house. I hope you've planted your little parsley or a little something. Plant something and watch it grow. It's really quite amazing. Mange twos are really amazing. You can grow them in a window, and after probably around a month and a half, you'll get little mange twos or sweet peas. So that's an option if you're living in the city or something. So come lie on your back. Take your stones with you, or whatever objects you're using, aromatherapy bottles, whatever, and just come land. What is the sense of your rib cage, the back of your body, the back of your neck, and lower back and belly? It's always so reassuring to me when I feel the weight of my body. It's like that plane of contact is it's like a friend. It's like a hug or a sense of very steady, very present contact. That's incredibly reassuring for me. So notice in your body when you feel the back of your body resting on the floor, just the general sense of you're leaning into something and that something is supporting you, and it's the earth. It's quite amazing. We're all practicing this all over the world. There's more and more little earthlings all over the planet. So I have this sense of us all anchoring down into the deep core of the earth, and we're all co-supporting or supporting each other as we practice. It's very nice to be among ye earthlings. So rock your knees from side to side. And as you rock your knees, just feel not only how your waist moves, how the pelvis rocks from side to side, how the weight of the back of your body travels, but also what's happening in your inner thighs. So today we're going to be moving the inner thighs and the deep hips. We're just going to be listening. So as I drop down, there's a certain sensation. And as I pull back up from the ground, there's another sensation. They're similar, but they're different. The falling of my knee is different than the opening of my inner thigh. The opening of my inner thigh is different than the traveling back up again. I'm just noticing the range of sensations that are emerging as I sway my knees really juicily from side to side. Nice, and then come back to center. And then only the right leg draws outwards, and keep your pelvis steady on the floor. So just your right leg waves a bit out. You roll onto the baby toe side of your foot and then bring it back in. And the left side of your body is not moving. Nice. And then the other side, left hip, left thigh move. I have the right palm on the front of my right hip, and I'm really allowing that to anchor me and to deepen me. And my left knee is swaying out, and I'm feeling the end. It's a little bit, there's a sensation of the end, and then drawing back in. Sensation of end and drawing back in. Nice. So push both feet down into the floor, lift your hips up off the floor, rolling up along your spine, and then roll down and let your right knee drop out to the side. Rolling up along your spine, lifting your hips upwards, drop down, and let your right knee drop out to the side. But my left hip is not moving. Lift, drop, and then your knee falls out to the side. Nice. Draw your right knee up onto your chest and squeeze it in towards you. And then just with your right hand on your right knee, draw your right knee out to the side and then bring it back to center. Right knee out to the side and then back to center. That's, I wonder which one that was. Probably Goldilocks. Draw your right knee out to the side and come back to center. So holding on to your right knee, lift your bum off the floor and let your right knee travel a little bit out towards the right. It's quite tricky, this one. Come back to center, lower your bum down. Lift your hips off the floor. Let your right knee travel a little bit to the right. Back to center, lower to the floor. Lift your hips. Right knee to the right. Feel what happens in the left leg. Back to center, bum to the floor. One more movement. Both arms are long beside you. Lift your hips up and then draw a circle with your right knee in the air above you. So your bum is only as high as you feel comfortable. Your shoulders are solid and steady. My elbows are bracing into the floor. There is more weight into the right side of my body, but I'm endeavoring to be balanced. Now roll your knee in the other direction. Just hearing the movement, what happens in the pelvis, what's happening in your left buttock right now, your left thigh, your left foot. Nice. Lower your bum to the floor, both feet to the floor, drop your knees to the right. And just really soften into that movement. Breath is in your belly. Soften your belly. Drop your hips, drop your knees. Soften your face, soften your chest. I always remember I got an email off somebody one day. It was way back in the beginning. The other side, back in maybe September. And she said that in the beginning when she was watching the yoga, that she thought her neighbors got a rooster. And then she realized that the rooster was on the radio, on the TV. It was very funny. It's like, yep, they're mine. So coming back up to center. Nice. Other side. So push both feet into the floor, lift your hips up. Roll down along the floor, drop your left knee out to the side. My right hand is resting on the front of my right hip, and I'm keeping it steady. Rolling up along your spine, lifting your hips up, down, left knee out to the side. And again, rolling up along your spine, and then drop your left knee out to the side. Great, come back up to center. Draw your left knee up towards you, hold on to it. Push your right foot into the floor, lift up. Draw your left knee out to the side. Come back up to center, lower your bum to the floor. Rising, left knee out to the side, center, lower your bum to the floor. One more time. Rise, drop your knee out to the side, center, lower all the way down. Just pause for a moment. So brace both elbows into the floor, rise up through your hips. Lift up to whatever degree feels comfortable for you, and then draw a circle with your left knee towards the ceiling. I like having a certain awareness of my kneecap. So I'm imagining that my kneecap is a torch, and I'm shining into the four corners of this room. And I really feel it has a proprioceptive awareness when I really use that light beam from my knee. So it's not just my hip that has awareness, but my knee. Strangely, I always feel my knee doesn't really know where it is in space. It's a funny, non-aware thing, my knee. So it's always good for me to map a bit more sensation, a bit more awareness into it. Lower your bum to the floor, both feet to the floor. Drop both knees down towards the left and settle in. Nice. Bring your knees back up to center. So grab a stone or whatever it is that you use, an object of some kind, and lift your head up and bring your stone all the way as close to the right foot as you can with your right hand. And then come back. And then touch your stone and push it a little bit further with your right hand. And come back. Nice. One more time. Push your stone and just pause there. Feel the squeeze in your belly, the rounding of your shoulders, and the reach of your right arm. Get really determined with that right arm. And then come all the way back. Land on the floor. So the left hand is going to do something similar. So I have to use my right elbow for that. So if you're minding your shoulders, be careful. So roll your torso over towards the right, push your right elbow down, and then touch your stone. And then slowly, go really, really slowly. Travel all the way back, land on the floor. And again, reach the left hand towards the right, touch it. Slowly, really feel the deep of you working. One more time, reach the left hand, touch. And slowly come all the way back. Nice. Use your foot, right foot, roll your stone closer, pick it up, and bring it over towards the left. So left hand, left stone, and then reach your left hand as far as you can and place your stone on the floor down towards the left foot. Come back, rest on the floor. Rise up, push your stone a little bit further. Come back. One more time, push your stone and just pause there. How far can you push it? And can you feel it's like the bite into your belly? Reaching, and then roll all the way back. Land on the floor. Right hand is gonna aim over there. So I'm gonna roll my torso over. I'm gonna push my left upper arm, left elbow down, and I'm gonna touch my stone with my right hand. Slowly reverse. Land on the floor. And again, reach. My left shoulder is weaker, so I have to use more of my abdominal muscles on the right. So I'm trying to really engage my left shoulder in a healthy way. So I'm listening to my shoulder, my shoulder, my shoulder, my shoulder, my shoulder. One more time, reach. And just pause there. Feet are flat on the floor, fingers are reaching. If you're touching it, pick it up. Come all the way back. Land on the floor. Bring your arms wide, feet are as wide as your mat. Drop your knees from side to side. And just let that massage into your belly muscles, all that squeezing we just did. Let it massage into your shoulders. And so as my knees rock gently from side to side, I'm ever so slightly following my knees with my nose. And I'm just allowing my neck to soften, my shoulders to soften, my hips and belly to soften. Nice. So come all the way up to sit. How did you do it? I love that. We do things automatically, and then I'm like, what did we just do? So I rolled over onto my elbow and swept around the corner on the right. I'm always going right. So get your two stones and bring your feet as wide as they go. And then with the right hand, bring your stone over towards the left. And as you do so, let your right bum lift. And then come back. And with the left hand, bring your stone over towards the right. Let your left bum lift. And then just proceed to push your stone a little bit further and let your bum and your pelvis and your waist travel with you. So you're recruiting your whole body to create this movement. Reach. back. And I'm using my hand on the floor to give me a little bit more stability and reach. I feel like I'm using my heels on the floor to give me a bit more push and reach. I just feel that. How do you recruit all of you? Nice. Come back to center. This time, anchor your pelvis. Don't let your right hip lift. Bring your left hand to the floor and reach your fingers towards your stone. And so in theory, this is what we do in yoga. We anchor things, we stabilize, we create greater stretches in our waist, in our torso, but it's not functional. So my range is almost like 16, 17 inches shorter here. I'm only reaching a little bit towards my stone. So let your bum lift, let your waist soften, touch your stone, bring your bum to the floor, feel what happens where you are. Let your right bum lift, reach towards your stone, anchor your bum, reach. One more time. Let your bum lift, reach for your stone, anchor your bum, feel it has a different tone and texture. It has function, it has form, but it's not how I reach for a stone in normal life. Come all the way back. Nice, other side. Take your left hand, keep your left buttock anchored, reach for your stone, and I'm again way back from my stone. And come back. Nice. Reach for your stone, keep your bum anchored. And come back. Nice. Reach for your stone, bum is anchored. Now lift your bum, touch your stone. Drop your bum, feel what happens. Lift your bum. So my bum is lifting because I'm allowing the whole of the belly to follow me. And I'm leaning more. And then my bum anchors and I'm more restricted in my movement. One more time, reach. And then come back. Nice. So with your right hand, reach towards your right stone. And can you pick up your stone with your right hand? Is it there? Isn't that amazing? There's this kind of weird sense, the more I play with these stones, I have a zone of influence. And it's all kind of, they're all similar. It's quite amazing. Reach for your left stone with your left hand. And come back. So right hand goes forward, straight forward. And then left hand goes straight forward. A bit like playing chess. Try and push your stones out as far as they go. Listening to the whole of you, but that means accommodating for bits of you that aren't feeling comfortable. So don't sacrifice any part of you for the end goal. So feel like you're being real about how one of your arms reach or how your pelvis opens or how your inner thighs work. Next time you reach for the right stone, just pause there, floating just off your stone. Nice, come back. Reach for your left stone, floating just off your left stone. And come back. And then where they are right now, because we've pushed them with our fingertips, I can't pick that stone up. It's beyond my reaching capacity. So we're going to do sandwich. So bend your left knee, draw it in. Bring your right foot to stand on the floor. Push your left hand into the floor and reach for your stone. Just touch it. And suddenly you go, oh, I could pick that up. And come back. And again, reach for your stone. And come back. My thumb lands to give me support. So thumb lands and then I can grab with my fingers. Or if I'm really fast, I could grab it fast. But thumb landing gives me a sense of anchor. One more time. Reach. Could you do cake? Could you reach both hands towards your stone? How far can you go? It's just like at the tips of my fingers where my stone is. Reach cake. Bum is lifting. You're really endeavoring to, like, how do I pick this thing up? Nice. Come back. Both feet wide. Bring them to the floor. Nice. Roll into your belly. Nice. Squeeze the right shoulder down. Bring your elbow down towards the floor. Squeeze your left shoulder down. Bring your elbow down to the floor. Twist and look over your right shoulder. Twist and look over your left shoulder. Nice. So bend your right knee, draw it in. Your foot is lying flat aside on the floor. Bring your left foot, bring it close to it. Right hand on the floor. Lift, touch your stone in front of you. And again, touch, coming back. Touch, left hand, back. One more time, touch, back. Let's try cake. 2 hands. Lift. Maybe you push with your hand and then bring your hand forward. Maybe you reach 2 hands and you lift your bum from the momentum of dropping your head, and that helps your pelvis lift. The weight of your head will support the lifting of your pelvis. One more time. Reach, grab your 2 stones, and bring them back. Nice. Stretch both legs wide. From here, get rid of your stones. Bring your right hand to the floor and just slide down your left leg with your left hand. Oh no. Right leg with your left hand and drop your head down. Move a bit. If you're at the end of your range, tendency is that you're quite rigid. So come back a little bit and see if you can move your rib cage. So imagine that your shoulder can come down towards your knee and then the other shoulder. One shoulder. So it's movement more so than that we have to get our shoulder down. Arching your back, rounding your back. Arching your back, rounding. Nice. And draw your right shoulder up towards your ear. Left shoulder up towards your ear. Towards your ear. Towards your ear. Come back up to center. Last of these. Bring your left hand to the floor. Slide your right hand down. Be just where your end of range is, or wherever that is for you. My right bum is a little bit off the floor. That's okay. I slide back until I'm in my range, so I can feel like I can wiggle my spine. And then right shoulder down, left shoulder down. I'm just wiggling my spine. Nice. Arching the back, rounding the back. Arching your back, rounding your back. Nice. Shoulder down towards one ear. No. Shoulder down towards your hip. Move your shoulder up towards the other ear. And come all the way back. So come lie on your back and hold on to your stones or whatever object it is that you hold on to. And then bring your stones to the front of your belly and bring your hands to rest over your stones. And find a place where your fingertips are relaxed. So I have to bring my elbows a little bit wider than I thought. So it's just my fingertips resting on my stones. And just let that settle. How do you soften? Really settle. There's a certain feeling, it's I say this often, I say this a lot actually, but there's this thing where I'm in the garden and I'm digging or I'm doing something, and then some voice inside in me says, now you need to lie down. And it's usually after around an hour of digging. And I lie on the floor and there's this like, oh, feeling that comes out somewhere deep in my belly. I think my psoas gets small and the back of my pelvis opens a bit more just from the effort of the weight of what I'm doing. And I lie on the floor and there's this like, moo cow that comes out of my belly. And then I'm fine. And then I stand up and I dig the garden again. And so right now, as your spine settles, can you feel the ache? There's like a deep yum coming from your belly. And so we really challenge the ligaments, the tendons, the things that strap our pelvis in place. It's awesome. It's really wonderful. But this resting is really important. So just let it really rest. Another 30 seconds. Nice, good job. Cool. So stay there if you want to stay there longer. If you're at home, just stay on the floor. Otherwise, head off into a glorious day. Do things that you love doing, things that resource you. I'm saying this a lot, but we have to work hard at being well at the moment. So do the work. Make that list of the things you love doing. Notice what resources you, what keeps you well, and make strong and conscious choices to do those things. So you're already here, which is amazing. And then maybe get outdoors a little bit today. Maybe touch the sea. Maybe watch the sunset. Call a friend, connect, reach out. Plan your day. Let it be a wonderful thing. So have a great day. I'm going to be jumping in the sea at some stage today. I'm going to be gardening and just doing some nice things for me. So great. Ciao.